Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
President Biden promising to keep fighting after the Supreme Court strikes down his plan to forgive hundreds of billions of dollars in student loan debt. Glad you're with us this Friday night for Local 4 News at 6. I'm Devin Skillion.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Many who believed they'd already been granted relief from their student loan debt are finding out that is not the case. 6 Supreme Court justices voted against upholding the Biden plan, while 3 voted to keep it. The majority opinion stated that the HEROES Act does not give the president the power to offer wholesale forgiveness of a student's debt.
President Biden this afternoon promising to pursue other legal means to provide, as he put it, as many borrowers as possible with debt relief. But today's decision undeniably disappointing for tens of millions of people. The White House estimated 40 million people, in fact, would qualify for that student loan relief. 26 million applied, 16 million were already approved when the court's order came in to freeze the program this past winter.
Megan Woods has been speaking with people affected by the high court's ruling, as well as financial experts. Hi, Megan.
Hey, Kimberly, Devin, that's right. So we know that the repayment of these loans were paused at the start of the pandemic. And now that they're starting back up in the fall, we did talk to people who are chipping away at that debt, as well as a financial advisor about how this ruling will impact the future.
So I have been on and off paying on these for close to 20 years.
Cassie Williams got her bachelor's degree from Wayne State University and her master's from Chatham University in Pittsburgh.
At its highest, my debt was around $79,000 in student loans. And that included the fact that I had a full tuition scholarship for my undergraduate degree.
So the idea of a program canceling $10,000 of that student debt sounded enticing.
My husband and I had been working really hard and diligently on paying off our loans. But of course, it hamstrings us, you know, and it really takes money out of our local economy, because in order to pay $1,000 a month on debt, you have to not go out to eat, not buy a new car, not do this, not do that.
Tom Grifford at Great Lakes Wealth says now that the Supreme Court has rejected that forgiveness plan and borrowers are still on the hook for repayment, we may see a slight difference in the economy.
What that does now is that tamps down spending. And when you tamp down spending, it affects overall growth. So when you go to Starbucks, you know, you're not going to go 4 days a week, maybe you're going to go 1 day a week.
So repayment starts in just a few months, again, in October. And so he says right now is the time to budget and see if you can consolidate some of those loans or pay off the loan that has the highest interest rate. Reporting live, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
October will be here before we know it. Megan, thank you.
The court has issued 3 politically right-leaning decisions in the past 2 days.
NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett is providing expert insight into what this all means for the direction of the court and the future of the country.
In combination between today's decisions and the decision yesterday on affirmative action is a court that is deeply divided with dramatically different worldviews about discrimination, about the rights of disenfranchised minorities, and what to do about that.
More expert insight ahead on Nightly News at 6:30, plus what the court will consider next, the case involving domestic violence and gun ownership the justices have agreed to hear.
The discovery of a body in Van Buren Township leads to the arrest of a semi-truck driver for homicide. Someone called police after noticing a semi with a trailer and both side windows smashed out in a parking lot along Belleville Road. That's just north of I-94. Inside the cab was the body of a 48-year-old man from California, dead of an apparent gunshot wound. Police viewed video footage showing the victim arguing with another man who eventually shot the victim before driving away then in a semi. GPS data helped police locate that semi still in Van Buren Township. Inside the vehicle, officers found what they believed to be the murder weapon. The suspect ended up being arrested without incident and tonight in jail pending charges.
All right, we're seeing slow and steady improvement in the amount of air pollution hitting Detroit from the wildfires in Canada.
Right now, we've got the 7th worst air quality in the world. Believe it or not, that's an improvement from yesterday. Still harmful for sensitive groups, but the actual number measuring the pollution has improved significantly, in fact, over the past 24 hours.
But even with that improvement, the air quality alert for our area stretching into the weekend. Kim's here with a closer look at conditions. Kim.
Well, air quality is still unhealthy for some, meaning those with asthma or respiratory issues. But before I get to that, I want to show you a thunderstorm that's popped up in Saginaw. The reason why I show it is I know a lot of people are headed up north tonight along I-75. This thunderstorm is moving east at 25 miles per hour. It is not severe. It just has a lot of heavy rain. But by the time, if you're in Metro Detroit, by the time you get up there, it'll be long gone by then. But just wanted to let you know that there is that one thunderstorm cell. And we're still watching a couple of others, but nothing that's really going to affect us here in the immediate area, especially on the east side. But there's one little one over by Jackson. Might have an isolated shower or embedded thunderstorm, but we are not expecting widespread severe weather. Now let's talk about the air quality. Just in the last hour, it has gone to unhealthy up north. And it's interesting because it's right around where that thunderstorm is. Sometimes the thunderstorms and rain can actually push the smoke down. Instead of washing it out, it actually pushes it down to the surface. So I have a feeling that's why things deteriorated there. But we're anywhere between unhealthy for some and unhealthy for all. Bottom line is air quality is a problem, but we do see some relief over the weekend, and I'll talk about that in the forecast.
Okay, Kim, thank you. With a record number of air travelers expected for the holiday weekend, there's been concern over how the airlines and the FAA can possibly keep up with demand, especially amid unpredictable weather. Jacqueline Francis live tonight to give us a look at how things are going so far at Metro Airport. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi, Kimberly. It's the Friday before the 4th, and things are going really smoothly here. We've seen a steady stream of passengers coming in, checking in for their flight here at the McNamara Terminal. We've seen very few delays and virtually no cancellations. So again, it's all good.
It's 4th of July, so it's going to be crazy. I hope we don't have any delays.
It's time for takeoff, heading into this summer holiday weekend.
We had a right time. We did curbside check-in, so it doesn't look too bad.
Travelers arriving eager and early.
We came a little early, so I don't know if our flight is not delayed. It hasn't said anything about being delayed yet, so.
But you just wanted to play it safe because of the...
Yeah, play it safe.
The departure board at DTW looking good as of late Friday afternoon with no cancellations and only a few delays.
I'm supposed to be leaving by 6 or 5, and now we have to wait 50 more minutes. So it's not that bad.
And there's a live look at the departure board again at the McNamara Terminal. Everything good, everything on time, lots of places to go, and people still coming here to check in. So reporting live from Detroit Metro Airport, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Let's hope it stays that way, Jacqueline. Thank you. All right, well, those who are staying in town for the holiday weekend will have plenty of entertainment options.
A lot going on. Special events begin tonight, marking a milestone for Camp Dearborn, the park owned and operated by the city of Dearborn, but actually located in Milford, interestingly enough. Tim Pamplin there to show us how they're marking their diamond anniversary.
Well, you join us just as Drone 4 clears the treetops here at Camp Dearborn in Milford. Camp Dearborn in Milford, that's right. Founded in 1948 by the then mayor of Dearborn as a place for many of the blue-collar workers to get out of the city, enjoy some fresh air as we fly over one of the 7 lakes here. A lot of history at Camp Dearborn. Families, again, would bring their families out for a respite, maybe even watch some early telly. And the big celebration is this weekend.
Camp Dearborn, roughly 75 years ago, was established. The leadership at that time decided they wanted a place where people could escape the city and they could come out and camp.
Camp, maybe get on one of the paddle boats, enjoy the lake. Still active today. The city of Dearborn considered selling the property during the economic downturn of 2008, but opted to keep it. And it's 27-hole golf course. It's putt-putt golf. 7 lakes, which make for great outdoor fun for the youngsters.
We're actually in the process of investing a couple $1 million into camp through some grant funding. So there's a lot of activity here, a lot of great things happening.
Yeah, so back to the 75th anniversary celebrations. The food trucks are lined up. A crew is putting up half a dozen or so inflatable bouncy castles. That'll be fun. And the entire 600+ acres is open to everyone.
Everybody is welcome to enjoy the festivities. You do not have to be a Dearborn resident.
The celebration kicks off in about 20 minutes here at 6:30 at Camp Dearborn in Milford. One of the beaches here, well, tomorrow night, the skies will be full of fireworks as part of their 75th anniversary celebrations. A wonderful part of Southeast Michigan history that's maintaining its old world charm. That's the scene in Milford. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.